Our top focus story this afternoon is a shocker from Bangalore, where a 6-year-old was raped inside her school premises. What makes it even more bone-chilling is that the accused is a school teacher. Now, furious parents today gathered at the school to demand answers from the authorities, holding protests and questioning the institution's silence on the matter. The incident reportedly took place on the 2nd of July, but the toddler was too scared to share it with her parents. Now, she reportedly complained of some discomfort. When she was in fact taken to the doctor, it was discovered that she had been raped. Well, 2 people were taken into custody after the girl's parents filed a police complaint. School authorities have refused to speak to the media or issue any kind of clarification. The prominent South Bangalore school is considered to be a prestigious institution, and the news has come as a shock to other parents as well, who are planning to meet the principal and demand an explanation from her. Parents claim that young children are the responsibility of the school, and the institution cannot wash its hands of cases like these, especially since the crime took place inside the school premises.
A 6-year-old girl was raped in this school, which is very unfortunate. This heinous crime has happened in the school time, in the school premises. The main issue what we are saying is from the school side, nobody is taking the responsibility to say that yes, this has happened, and these are the action has been taken, and these are the steps and measures we will take so that it should never happen in this school. Nobody is telling that. The parents are very afraid to send their kids.
Well, those are live visuals that we're getting to you on your screens from that school in South Bangalore, where this incident has in fact been reported from. Parents are in fact clashing with police personnel. Live visuals on your screen at this point in time. It's a real horror situation for anxious parents who are absolutely stumped by the deafening silence from the school authorities, who haven't come out and issued any kind of clarification. Now, while 2 people were taken into custody after the girl's parents filed the complaint, the school authorities have, remember, completely refused to speak to the media or issue any kind of clarification. The prominent South Bangalore school is considered to be a prestigious institution in the city, and this news, of course, has come as a shock to the parents, who are planning to meet with the principal and demand an explanation from her. But the principal has not given anxious parents a hearing. And as you can see on your screens at this point in time, live visuals that we're getting to you from inside the school premises in Bangalore, where anxious parents are demanding answers, but instead of being given those answers, they are being met by resistance from the police. There you can see the police personnel in fact manhandling one of those anxious parents. So clearly the school authorities refusing to comment, refusing to speak to the media, and furious parents there in fact dealing with police personnel and not getting any answers whatsoever from the school authorities. Now, parents claim, of course, that young children are the responsibility of the school, and the institution cannot wash its hands of cases like these, especially since the crime that took place happened within the school premises. It was during school hours. So clearly parents, they're very anxious, lodging a protest against the school authorities. They've come there to register their protest, but their voices being unheard, as nobody from the school authorities has yet come out, issued a clarification, pacified the parents. None of that has happened. In fact, what you can see on your screens is police personnel manhandling those anxious parents. My colleague Ratnika Sharma now joins me live for more on this story. Ratnika, you have been reporting on this story since the morning. Parents are being met with cops and are being pushed and shoved instead of being given answers and being pacified by school authorities.
Exactly. So, Mr. Rustam, the chairperson of the school, had called in 15-20 parents inside his room to have a discussion with them and come to some kind of a conclusion. But in the meanwhile, it took so long, and they did not even allow the media inside, and the parents got agitated because, there was no transparency. Media wasn't allowed. The rest of the parents weren't allowed. And
right.
Rustam was not coming out and giving any kind of statement, which is why a lot of parents broke in the main gate and shattered glass class and try to push people and just somehow get in with slogans of hi Rustam and things like that. And the atmosphere is absolutely agitated out here. Parents are just trying to get some kind of an answer. The police is trying to stop them. Mr. Rustam is not coming out, and no answer so far has come out from the school, which is what's agitating parents a lot.
Well, absolutely no answers from the school authorities, and anxious parents being met by angry cops instead of in fact school authorities who should be coming out and pacifying anxious parents. Those are exclusive images that we're getting to you from inside the school premises. Headlines Today has managed to access these exclusive images of that clash between police personnel and anxious parents that is in fact taking place inside the school premises. My colleague Ratnika Sharma is still live with me. Ratnika, take us through these images. The police there trying to crack down on anxious parents.
The police are also not exactly under, they're under strict instructions, in fact, from inside the school management to keep people at bay, to make sure parents do not, riot in front of the school or even inside the school.
Absolutely.
In fact, I've also been hearing from the parents inside is that Mr. Rustam was supposed to come out, but because the parents broke down the glass door and tried to shatter everything, he's now not going to come out, which could be a cause of worry for most of the parents out here.
Well, absolutely. The apathy and insensitivity with which the school authorities have dealt with this matter is absolutely shocking. Distraught parents completely stumped by the stunning silence, in fact being met by resistance from the cops. Well, those are exclusive pictures that Headlines Today is bringing to you of that brawl that has taken place inside the school premises. My colleague Ratnika Sharma, who's been reporting on this story, is still with us. Ratnika, absolutely amazing the way the school authorities have in fact completely and absolutely been insensitive and apathetic towards these authorities. All right, we're going to reconnect with Ratnika in just a bit, but she has in fact accessed those live images that you're getting on your screen. These are exclusive images that we've accessed. Headlines Today has managed to make its way inside the school premises, and as you can see, ugly scenes of police in fact manhandling distraught parents. Instead of school authorities coming out and issuing a clarification, taking responsibility and pacifying parents, what we're seeing the school authorities really do is act in the most insensitive manner possible. They have in fact shown complete apathy, have not reached out to the parents, instead put out police, given instructions to police personnel to keep parents at bay. Violent scenes unfolding there within the school premises. We understand that some angry parents had in fact tried to barge into the school premises. There were a couple of glass panes that were shattered, in the light of which the school authorities have completely decided to take an insensitive and apathetic stand, not entertaining, not speaking with any of the parents, but in fact have sent out the Bangalore police there to keep the parents at bay. Absolutely shocking scenes there emerging from the school premises in Bangalore. These are exclusive images on your screen at this point in time of the brawl that is in fact taking place inside the school premises in Bangalore.
A 6-year-old girl was raped in this school, which is very unfortunate. This heinous crime has happened in the school time, in the school premises. The main issue what we are saying is from the school side, nobody is taking the responsibility to say that yes, this has happened and these are the action has been taken and these are the steps and measures we will take so that it should never happen in this school. Nobody is telling that. The parents are very afraid to send their kids.
Well, 2 people, remember, were taken into custody after the girl's parents filed that police complaint, but the school authorities have absolutely refused to speak to the media or issue any kind of clarification. The apathy and insensitivity with which the posh South Bangalore school has handled this incident raises several questions. Angry parents there being met by resistance from the Bangalore police, parents being in fact shunted out of the school premises. Those are live and exclusive images on your screens that Headlines Today is getting to you from inside the school premises. Remember, the prominent South Bangalore school is considered to be a very prestigious institution in the city, and the news has come as a complete shock to other parents as well, who are planning to meet the principal but have only been met with this stiff resistance. Ratnika Sharma, the journalist who is tracking this story very closely for us, is joining us live for more. Ratnika, absolute apathy and insensitivity on the part of the school authorities, and parents, of course, stumped by the stunning silence at this point in time. What are the parents planning to do now?
Absolutely. So far, as I've said, there has been no response from the school authorities, school management. The parents are so agitated that they actually broke down the school door and, you know, the shattered glass. I have a parent here. What is it that you're right now expecting from the school at this moment?
I think it's pretty simple. The management has been a no-show. Whether that's the principal, the owner, or the vice president, so management has not been represented. So what we see here is almost a confrontation between the police, who are trying to do their job, and the parents who are agitated because the management is not showing up. So how do you break the gridlock? Management has to come to the parents, and I think this is a fairly educated crowd of people who will give a fair listen. And management has to say, look, the police is doing their job. Let them finish the investigation. So I cannot comment on it. And then the management should acknowledge that this has happened, and work with and make steps to work with the parents, give reassurance to the people, because I think parents are looking for reassurance that this will not happen to their child. I think it's a very personal issue, and I think if management has to come out and say, let's work together on how we make sure that it never happens again. I think, and I could be wrong, I think if they did it, a lot of these parents are willing to listen and work with the school on taking steps to improve our kids' safety. I think that is a fundamental issue.
So there you have it. The most simple issue out here for parents, and all their agitation is only, you know, that whether their child is safe in this school, and in all other schools also, because they have colleagues, their friends across schools in Bangalore. So the basic question that they're asking the management here is that, is their kid safe, and can they send their kid to school tomorrow?
Right, Ratnika, the big issue really, of course, for the parents is just the safety and security of their children as they go to school. Now, you know, this aspect is, of course, of anxious parents who are being met, by that insensitive silence from the school authorities. But as far as the investigation in the matter is concerned, we understand that 2 people have been taken into custody. What's the latest on the investigation?
The DCP in the morning said that there are about 3 people who are suspected to have committed the crime. However, the investigations are still going on. What the police is also saying internally is that, they've been so caught up here trying to...
stay on with me. So it does also raise the larger question of sex education in classrooms, and that was a debate that was in fact sparked off by the Union Health Minister. Ratnika, I'd like to go back to you on the point of the investigation. Where does the investigation stand as of now?
So as I was saying, the DCP has said that there are about 3 people who have been suspected to have committed the crime. However, investigations are still going on and they haven't arrested anybody so far. However, what the police is also saying is that they're so caught up in trying to hold the mob here, trying to convince people here that they're not getting any time to do the investigation.
Right, Ratnika, stay on. I'm sorry to interrupt you for a second time round. Stay on with us. Harish Bijnoor is in fact joining us for more on this. Absolute shocker of a case that has been reported from a posh Bangalore school, and this has been met by complete insensitivity and apathy on the part of the school. Distraught parents left with absolutely no answers. What do you make of this incident?
And big cities like ours sit on a powder keg of disasters. Right. And I think this is an act of insanity altogether. And I think schools, every bit of the management structure needs to react to this, because it's their duty to do it. Because parents, can you imagine the state of a parent whose child has undergone this kind of a terrible, terrible thing?
Absolutely. Also, Harish Bijnoor, this raises the larger question of silence and resistance to, in fact, sex crimes, and perhaps this incident, in certain senses, points to the importance of sex education in classrooms, how imperative it is to have that kind of education in classrooms.
Absolutely. In fact, I would go straight on to Mr. Harshvardhan and request him, please look at this. This is what demands attention. Awareness needs to be wide and vast. In the old days, we used to say children from 10 years upwards must be educated.
Right.
Actually, I would say that, it's time to educate children who are 5 years upwards now.
Absolutely.
Because, mad people don't know age groups. They attack age groups which are innocent, which are simple, and I think we need to be aware. Awareness is the only way to tackle it all.
Well, absolutely. Awareness is the only way to tackle it all. Also, I'd like to, get in a word from you on the way the school administration has handled this particular case. They've refused to speak to the media. They've refused to offer any clarification. They absolutely, instead, we've seen visuals on our screens, Mr. Bijnoor, of police being sent out to tackle with the parents. So angry parents there being met by resistance from the police instead of being giving answers by the school authorities.
The problem is this, that most schools are not sensitive to these kind of issues.
Absolutely.
This is a disaster. Most schools do not know how to manage a disaster. And a disaster must be met of this kind with an emotive appeal. We need the principal of the school to come out and talk. And I think that's the first thing to do. Because, this is a big issue. And it happened in one school and a big noise has been made. God forbid, this could happen anywhere and everywhere.
Well, absolutely, Harish Bijnoor, thanks for joining us, with that perspective. Two very important points emerging from that discussion with Mr. Bijnoor. One, of course, pointing to the need for sex education in classrooms. Remember, Union Health Minister Harshvardhan had in fact come out and said not very long ago that sex education should in fact be banned in classrooms. Well, this case definitely, points to the need for that education to be given to students, and of course, sensitization on the part of school authorities on how to deal with parents and situations in cases like these. All right, we're also being joined live at this point in time by Mr. Mohandas Pai. Thank you for speaking with Headlines today. There is complete outrage in Bangalore and across the country at this point in time, over the rape of a 6-year-old. And to add to that, the distraught parents have been completely stumped by the stunning silence and apathy with which the school authorities have responded. Your comments, sir?
No, I think the school authorities should be prosecuted criminally for their apathy and not protecting the child in the school.
Absolutely.
If the child is in the campus of the school authorities should take responsibility for the protection of our children. And if they are not doing it, they must be criminally hauled up and prosecuted, and the special courts to be set up.
Right.
Now, in the last few days, there have been 4 instances of rape and molestation against women by 3 people in a car and by a lady who was molested by a auto rickshaw driver. The police are not doing anything. All over the country now, it has become a tendency for the police not to protect women, not to protect citizens, and to become oppressors and to hurt citizens. This must stop. We have requested Chief Minister of Karnataka to take measures for enhancing women's safety and to protect women.
Right.
In the state of Karnataka many times. We have met him, we have promised many times, but action has been very slow. The police has become so insensitive and so corrupt in many large ways. Many of them are more interested in collecting money from illegally rather than protecting citizens. I think drastic action should be taken by the Chief Minister and the Home Minister for this, because they are not fulfilling the duty and the commitment they made to us when they took the oath of office. I think this is totally disgusting and terrible.
Right, Mohandas Pai, thanks for joining us with that perspective. Clearly, he's saying out there that the school should in fact be criminally prosecuted, not just because the responsibility of what happened lies with the school authorities, but also for the manner in which they have in fact treated the parents. The need of the hour is definitely sensitization, also raising some very serious questions against the Union Health Minister, who had in fact called for a ban on sex education. Remember, this particular child had not reported this incident for 2 weeks. It was only after she faced some medical problems that she was taken to the doctor that in fact the incident did come to light. Well, you're with the news on Headlines today, and our focus continues to be that shocker from Bangalore, where a 6-year-old was raped inside her school premises. What makes it even more bone-chilling is that the accused is a teacher at the very same school. Now, furious parents have gathered outside the school to demand answers from the authorities. They've been holding protests and questioning the institution's stunning silence on the matter. The incident reportedly took place on the 2nd of July. But the toddler was too scared to share the details with her parents. She reportedly complained of some discomfort, which is when she was taken to a doctor, and it was then discovered that she had in fact been raped. Now, 2 people were taken into custody after the girl's parents filed a police complaint. School authorities have absolutely refused to speak to the media or issue any kind of clarification. The insensitivity and apathy by which the school authorities have acted has absolutely shocked parents. A prominent South Bangalore school is considered to be a prestigious institution in the city, and the news has come as a complete shock to other parents as well, who are planning to meet the principal and demand an explanation from her. Parents claim that young children are the responsibility of the school, and the institution cannot afford to wash its hands off in a case like this. Well, Ratnika Sharma, the journalist who's been tracking this story very closely, is joining me live for more. Ratnika, take us through what the latest is at the school. We understand that the parents, angry parents, were in fact met with the Bangalore police, who tried to push and shove them out of the school authorities when they tried to register their protest. Clearly, the school authorities are issuing no kind of clarification on the matter.
Absolutely. However, I don't know if you can hear the noise, but I think they're not only agitated, but absolutely hungry, agitated, parents waiting here. But we're getting news right now that Mr. Rustam, the chairperson of the school, is going to come out and address the entire gathering.
Right.
So everybody is really eager, at the same time agitated. So we'll update you as soon as he comes out.
Well, absolutely. Ratnika Sharma, they're telling us that the chairperson of the school management is in fact likely to come out anytime soon and issue a clarification. Remember, the school authorities had earlier completely refused to issue any clarification to the parents or the media, who have been standing by at the school premises demanding answers. Those angry, anxious parents were in fact met by resistance from the Bangalore police instead of pacifying statements from the school authorities. So sensitization is absolutely the need of the hour. We're expecting the chairperson of the school management to come out anytime now and issue a statement. We of course will be cutting live to that statement.